It's another year, it's a brand new season, but some things just don't change. Like
Death, taxes, and RCB not winning in Chepauk. I mean, the last time they won in Chepauk, Twitter was just 2 years old. Facebook was 4 years old. The Fab Four was not even born when it came to modern day batting. The Prime Minister. They weren't the Fab Four at that time. Our Prime Minister was still the Chief Minister of a state. And it's continued. Kaveri protests have erupted multiple times. A lot of things have happened in Chennai. Yet, RCB, 2008, that was the last time they had won. 9 games have been played overall. 8 consecutive losses.
So, the question now that you have given us all the the question that needs to be asked is that why did Siddharth Vishwanathan, diehard Chennai fan, who knew these stats by heart, somewhere in his mind, no, let me finish, somewhere in his mind, had an epiphany or had a hunch or prediction, whatever you'd like to call it, that today, for some reason, RCB is touring Chepauk and we're going to win.
Okay.
Please explain.
I shall enlighten that. See, for far too long, people have been saying that I am a RCB troller, I am a blind hater, I am all that, I am all this. Okay?
So Vancha, I hope you've not done this or you came up with a prediction based on people calling you a troll.
No.
If you've done it, then you've done exactly what I hope that Ruturaj Gaikwad wouldn't do when he became captain. That because of the pressure of outside, because of what people will judge him for, MS Dhoni, he'll start taking decisions. You got to be your own man. So please don't tell me, if you had some cricketing logic and you thought RCB can win, I can agree to that. Somewhere that chain is going to be broken, somewhere that record is going to be broken. But if you're going to tell me because people thought you're an RCB troller, then you are doing disservice to your hardcore fans who watch you, who trust your cricketing acumen.
It's not that, okay? So, that is the backstory of it, okay? What I felt, okay, until the 15th over, I was almost being proven right, okay? 50th.
No.
I'll tell you.
You were never in a contest. Okay. Never in a contest. They were cruising.
Okay, fine.
Cruising.
See,
tell me the reason.
Dubey was struggling. Okay.
They have won at a canter, winning 2 overs.
8 balls to go.
That is saying in IPL, in T20 game.
That's a canter.
Yes, that's a canter. Don't justify that you were right. You come to the point, why did you?
I honestly thought, okay, looking at the score that RCB had got.
You had predicted before the match started. What is it? That's my question. What is it that told you when you woke up this morning that RCB is going to win? You knew all the stats. You had seen both the teams. You had not picked RCB in your top 4.
Never.
You had picked CSK in your top 4. You had seen everything possible. You knew which ground they were playing in. You knew the record at this ground. You know everything that there is to know. You knew the spin bowling attack of RCB.
Which is.
You knew everything. So what is it that you came here dressed in your neutral colors of RCB and Chennai Super Kings and said, listen to me, my fellow cricket fans, RCB is winning today.
Somehow I had that inkling that maybe a 15-year jinx. I mean, it's been for far too long.
Law of averages.
The law of averages was one particular reason that I felt that, okay, perhaps with an RCB unit that probably has a good batting lineup, I felt that they could storm Fortress Chepauk. That was the one thing. Law of averages catching up, maybe. Because 15 years a streak, any team would want to end it, right? 2008 was the last time they had won. 2024, nothing's changed. A team would definitely wake up, right? But it seems like RCB are hell-bent on proving that they're Kumbhakaran, refusing to wake up when the situation is absolutely dire also for them. And for a brief moment, sure, Ravindra had given that great start, okay, Ruturaj had given them that great start. They had pulled things back, and the short ball tactic that they were employing, it kind of kept them in the contest. But then we knew that they were probably, when I look back at it now, they were delaying the inevitable. Maybe. The spin bowling didn't inspire that much of confidence. I felt the batting could pull them through. I felt the law of averages could pull them through. But as we say in cricket, nothing can happen in that sense.
They have won it on a canter.
Yes.
And the other thing I told you was, you were saying, oh, I hope MS Dhoni does not come. He will then. I told you, there will be no need to send an MS Dhoni. You will not reach the stage of MS Dhoni to come.
Yeah.
He was getting ready to come. But they also had a Samir Rizvi. Actually, they could have sent. If there was need be, if you needed someone to get you quick runs, they could have sent anyone. But they won it.
I compared it to the previous time. I compared it. Because see, when they were chasing a similar total, 175 against RR, that time they needed 39 of 12. But at that time now, here, you needed 40 of 28. I felt that, okay, now you're not going to go into MS Dhoni territory mode. Finally, that hasn't happened.
There was never going to be. It was a no contest.
Yeah.
Way ahead, Chennai. They started rather well, but they had a bit of a hiccup. I could not understand the logic that Chennai was following, and it seemed to me that they had decided that they're going to attack no matter what. That seemed to be the logic that the batters were following. There was no need to do that today. Today you weren't chasing a really crazy above par total where you had to bat, very aggressively. It was very well in control. Sensible batting would have taken you through. But maybe because Chennai has such a deep batting lineup, maybe because they bat till number 9, they thought, okay, no problem. Let's keep attacking. Why even have little bit of a risk of taking it to the wire? Let's finish it off. And they kept doing it till such time that common sense prevailed and Shivam Dube came in. But all of this, I will say, was also aided by the fact that RCB has the bowling that RCB has,
yes.
which begs the question, when they sit together to make the team. I only have one question to ask. When we sit on the outside and when we look and compare teams and we see that one team, this is the problem, there is no spinner, we can see it. I'm sure so many of our viewers who join us every evening can see it. We do our team analysis and a lot of people send their comments. That those were the glaring things that you saw. My point is, there are such learned people who've played cricket, people who have worked in cricket. They also go to the auction. They also go, and it's not always that it's an auction battle. There are certain players that go for very cheap also. There are certain players you have let go of also. Yeah. Let me not even get into that. Bowlers that had been performing for you, which you needn't have let them go, but you did. So it's not always that they got unlucky that, in the auction they could not get it. The fact of the matter is, I want to know, whenever they sit to make the team, don't they see these obvious weaknesses that are coming into the squad? Don't they see that? Please show me the bowling lineup, Shivam, of RCB.
In RCB's case, it doesn't seem to be.
There is a Mohammad Siraj, which we had said, the one bowler that you will not have a problem with. Yash Dayal, as I said, okay, good on them that they backed him, they got him and a decent order. But still has never been a match winner kind of a bowler. So can't rely, okay. Then Alzari Joseph, hit and a miss. Certain days he can be a hit, certain days he can be a miss. As was today, I would say he was a miss. Not getting his lines right, wayward, getting not the lengths that you would need from him. I agree that certain areas they were targeting Dube and all, we'll get into that a little later. Karan Sharma, we all knew, well past his prime. Even at his prime was never a match winning spinner. Okay, chip in with batting, whatever, you could have done it. Mayank Dagar, again, okay, unknown quantity, just coming through the scene. Cameron Green, please do not call him a bowler. At best, you can call him a batting all-rounder to an extent, who can chip in with a few. So there's no Glenn Maxwell, ditto for that. So I'm saying, when you see this bowling lineup, you'd have to say one of the weakest bowling lineup. Why don't they fix this issue, which has been plaguing them for years?
That's the thing. They did fix it, because if you look at the bowling, some of the bowlers they have on the bench, if you can fit in even one of them, it's great. The problem is, they're all overseas players. So you have a problem wherein you have to play Faf and Maxwell. Now, considering how paper thin.
No, you have to play Green also.
No, you have to play Green also. My point was, if you didn't have Green, you had a one Hindu, at least he was a better option, he was a match winning bowler. Then
you let him go.
No, you let him go. You had a UZCL Indian option, you let him go. My point is, if you look at the pacers they have on the bench, 3 pacers they have on the bench, they've got a Lockie Ferguson, they've got a Reece Stockley, and they've got a Tom Curran. They're all great bowlers, but there's one small problem. Hello, they're foreign. You can only play one foreign bowler based on your composition or one foreign pacer. So what the hell are you doing? I don't understand it. In fact, by the way, so weak was their bowling that two of their best bowlers today, Mayank Dagar and Glenn Maxwell, were nullified by one thing and one thing only. And I really have to point this out. Upstairs when I was sitting, they sent in Jadeja along with Dubey after Mitchell got out. I'm like, why? And I said, oh God, you've killed two birds with one stone.
3 birds if you look at it.
So what are the two I pointed out instantly? One was Mayank Dagar, their most economical bowler, going at an economy of 3, out of the equation. Done. Finished. Second, you didn't dare bowl Glenn Maxwell because, again, not the biggest turner of the ball.
Yeah.
Dubey would have taken him to the cleaners.
And one more. You couldn't bowl Yash Dayal because of the angle. And
Oh, Yash Dayal, what was he doing here? Going at an economy of 9.
With 2 left-handers,
Listen,
you couldn't risk it.
but fast bowling doesn't make too much of a sense.
No,
I mean,
Yash
in the
Dayal
sense-
and the
Yash
death.
Dayal and Death
No,
and
no,
Rinku
no, not
Singh,
death.
left-hander, what
No,
happened?
no. But that's okay. But I'm saying there is not too much of an issue with a left arm pacer
Yeah.
with a left hand batter as it is with a left
arm
arm spinner. I mean, they're there because there's a turn and whatever. Yeah, angle and all could be marginally different. But that's not to say left arm fast bowlers are only successful against right hand batters.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at
there's
all.
no- there's no proof to that.
But the spinners, they took out their two best
Yeah, spinners I agree.
because Karan Sharma was woeful. That one wicket he got was because Rachin Ravindra went for a 6 after hitting a 6. So not really. I'm of course not taking anything away. But before that, even the 6 which he gave was an absolute.
But can I
dolly
add
long hop.
another thing to that? I don't know whether, while the points that you make are completely valid, I don't think that they saw that. I think, and which is something that you will see going on in the season, something I mentioned earlier, the next up batter was?
I think it would have been
Rizvi.
No.
Dhoni.
Who was batted up?
Dhoni.
Dhoni.
It was Dhoni. MS
Yeah.
Dhoni batted up. You see last season also, MS Dhoni usually now comes when there is 1 over or something.
overs?
Yeah, to left. He wouldn't have come at that stage. If let's say that wicket that had fallen of Daryl Mitchell, I think it was the last one,
Yeah.
and you were about only in the 13th over. Let's say if that had happened in the 16th, 17th over,
Then maybe Dhoni would have
Dhoni
ended.
would have gone.
you watch out, and I'm saying it now. You see through this season.
Yeah.
You will see this trend. Seldom will you see him come out to bat around 12, 13
No,
or
never.
it'll be post that. That I
17,
think was the
18.
other. While it, of course, there is cricketing logic to the 2 points that you make and that's really worked out in their favor. But I also think that they,
Delayed Dhoni basically.
yeah, that is one thing that they've been doing. Whatever, I don't know what the reason behind that is. I don't know whether it's his fitness or maybe they trust these younger batters to now perform because his powers are waning. You got to be honest.
We know
right?
that.
I don't know what the real reason is, but this is a trend I saw last season, and this is a trend probably you'll see this
He couldn't
season.
play spin. Dhoni literally struggles against spin.
I mean, yeah.
Come on, yeah, won you the World Cup, yaar. Murli was bowling at that
No,
time.
now this version of Dhoni.
You said this now.
This version of Dhoni was Varun Chakravarti's bunny.
And Narayan, he never hit a ball. He had only 2 boundaries of Narayan in 10 years.
Did I tell you when I had visited him, Rachi? I spent about 2-3 days just watching his training sessions, and 2
There
days
was
I
one spinner
clearly
inside.
remember. 2 days I clearly remember. He had a 30-40 minute batting session both days, and both days there were only spinners bowling at him. Only spinner. There was no medium pacer, no fast bowler, nothing. He only batted against spinners and all sorts of spinners. There were leg spinners, left arm spinner, right arm off spinner, all spinners. So he's been working on it.
Still has not worked for him.
No, because see,
Yeah.
it's partly down to okay with age your reflexes kind of go.
Plus the misjudgment, yaar, spinners, who's he struggled against? Leg spinners. It's anyway very difficult to get away from them. And Narayan's a mystery spinner. If you look at it.
Narayan, Varun,
Yeah.
they're all of that same ilk.
Exactly. See, left-handers, he somehow seems to work wonders against them.
Akshar,
Aksar, I mean, left-hand pacers also.
Jaydev Unadkat.
Unadkat. I mean, you look at him, how he's, and also I think, did he hit Khalil also?
Irfan Pathan.
Irfan.
How can we forget 2 sixes?
No, but that was the Dhoni era wherein he could hit against anybody. I'm talking about this period, 2018 onwards.
I don't remember if you're doing anything against Khalil. No.
I think in that Delhi game here, I think he did hit a couple
Oh
of
right,
six.
maybe. Oh, was it Khalil or was it Chetan Sakaria?
Must
Because
have been.
because that time I remember Delhi did have a fair few left armers.
Exactly.
Could have been Chetan
So
Sakaria.
that is
also.
why he has a great technique against left-handers, but somewhat against leg spin. I mean, he struggles against them.
Leg and mystery spinners.
Mystery spin, but against left-hand spinners and left armers, he has no problem whatsoever. It's just mystery spin that troubles him.
The
Left hand, yeah, he's not struggled against Aksar Patel.
The only good thing about the match getting over in the 18th over is that it got finished before midnight. Thank you very much, IPL. Otherwise, it would have gone past midnight.
What an auspicious start to proceedings. Day one, and they've just said time limit. What time limit?
Yeah,
No,
it's a
terrible.
joke. That I will have to say.
Yeah.
Completely disrespectful. The IPL people who are running it for one opening ceremony. Firstly, you wasted time, started late, and then in the mid show you had a DJ because of which you extended a 15-minute mid innings break to half an hour break. I'm sorry.
Terrible, absolutely.
Yeah, this is the shambles. If you have no respect for the fans, slowly and steadily they'll also show you. At the end of the day, you're sitting because you get a lot of money from television rights. Huh? People will tune off towards the end of the game. And what are you going to do? Right, you need to do it at a certain time. You're not doing it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but this is going to continue.
So it continues the trend also where after 2013, I may say, in Chepauk, you've not had a thriller between RCB and CSK.
We've barely had thrillers between
You've
RCB
had
and
three
CSK.
thrillers. You've had three thrillers.
Yeah, one-sided contest.
2019 was a thrilling encounter which RCB won by 1 run. 2018 it needed, that was the last flicker of MS Dhoni's genius wherein you chased down 208, he hit 70 of 37 if I'm not mistaken. Then in 2023 at Chinnaswamy, they just about managed to defend 220. They won by only 8 runs. So those 3 games. But in Chepauk, you've not had a thriller for a good decade now between RCB and CSK. So calling this now a rivalry, I think you're insulting a rivalry.
Which is saying the top trend on X right now is RCB is RCBing.
RCB.
Along with vintage RCB.
That's what I'm
It is
saying.
vintage RCB.
That no matter what you do, RCB is going to be RCB, and we've pointed out the reasons why they are. That now brings me to the elephant in the room, which is, of course, the bowling, but the other thing that is trending, a certain
VK.
Virat
18.
Kohli.
Okay,
Yes.
so before I get to VK 18, I mean, it follows the simple lyrics. If you have to look at the lyrics of RCB's lineup, O Palanhare Nirgun O Nyare, Tumre bin Hamra Kono Nahi. Tumre bin Hamra Kono Nahi is the bowling. If you take out the bowling and fill them with 11 batters, they still won't win. That's how terrible RCB have been in the last 15 years when it comes to their squad composition. Just imagine, okay, a squad that comprised of legends like Chris Gayle, AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli, all couldn't win a title because of their bowling. RCB's bowling, you put them in any jersey, the blue jersey, the green jersey, it still won't change their fortunes. I mean, look at how farcical the blue jersey thing was. Why they had put on the blue jersey in 2021? They wanted to dedicate every 6 that was hit to the COVID warriors. And what happened? They didn't hit a single 6. All out for 82.
I feel your pain. You backed them to win today, so I feel your pain.
Let's see.
You are the one who were now you've done a full topi ghumao.
No, not Topi Gum.
Yeah, their day started with them beating. Now because they have disappointed you and lost, you're going on, arey, their color change is not going to help, this is not going to help, this is not going to help, they're going to lose, whatever.
Bold, underline 72 font, all is fact, nothing is hearsay.
What does RCBing mean anyway?
Losing,
No.
choking.
Actually, yeah, just having these particularly depressing losses, I think, RCB-ing, wherein you'll give fans hope, ee sala cup namde.
Which fan had hope?
Oh, a lot of them. You do not know the amount
Look at the squad, none of us picked them in top
the
four.
amount of trash talk I am enduring. Me, a KKR fan, a 2-time title winning franchise fan, is hearing from RCB fans like, hey, what is your team doing? And I'm like, Really, you win one WPL and this is your state.
I know.
You don't see your teams bowling.
No, you don't say anything. You became them.
No, I didn't become them.
See,
You joined them.
I didn't.
I
I
looked
picked
at-
on two straws to clutch on. The law of averages and their batting.
But why? My point. Why did you have to pick up those two straws anyway? You
Yeah,
didn't have
exactly.
to.
I
You
looked
don't
at
have to.
this and I
There's no
said,
compulsion.
there is no batting. Their batting is not working on this pitch, which proved to be right. Their bowling anyway, half the time is, as you say, O Palana, Nirgun
tumre bin hamara kaun ho nahi.
Exactly.
Tell me about Virat Kohli. He's also trending by.
For this slow knock of 21 of 20. 1-6 included. And okay, he didn't face too many balls in the power play.
So what?
Unfortunate for him.
How should we have played today? Nobody is standing there on the crease, helping him out. How do you expect him to?
See, today, as far as today's loss is concerned, Virat Kohli is the least of their problem.
Yes.
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Then why is everyone trolling him?
Because this is certain Ians jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Day after tomorrow, if Rohit fails,
Another
the other
Ian.
Ians will be jumping
will
on the
jump on it.
bandwagon.
Yeah.
Today, I can't understand why people will point out his strike rate today. Initially, he never got a chance to bat in the power play. There's no, and the other guy is going great guns. So what is he supposed to do? He cannot. And when he got a chance to bat, at that time you had a situation where
You
the
need
wickets were
consolidation.
falling.
Correct.
What else would he have done?
Simple. He follows old school. If the other guy plays, I'll just took.
No, he was not. He has to play according to a situation, Siddharth. It'll be mindless of him to just keep hitting. Your wickets are lost. You've lost 4 wickets. You have lost 4 wickets. What should we do? Attack, get out, so that they are all out for 78.
You lost wickets in the last over of the power play.
Attack all out is what we would constantly criticize the bass bowlers for.
Exactly. I also think if they had lost their first wicket in the 11th over and they were going great guns, then I would say now you have 8-9 overs left, get on with it. But at that time you are losing wickets, what do you expect them to do?
Okay. When did those 3 wickets fall? Last over of power play, right? When Mustafizur got them. 2 wickets, I think.
And by that time he had only faced 5-6 balls. So what would he have done?
So, if he was, say, 7 balls he had faced, right? If he was 14.
Please tell me, open the scorecard please Shivam for me. I will just tell you 1 second. Look at the scorecard. Ruturaj Gaikwad.
15 of 15.
Then what is he? So he's on a winning team.
He showed
Are you
that he could.
questioning? What do you mean showing?
He's not a
It
striker
does
of
not
100.
matter what he shows. He's batting on a striker of 100.
Yeah.
You are also saying 5 of 5 or whatever. Was a
5 of
strike,
7. Huh.
Whatever was almost a 100 strike rate. It's here and
Kohli
there.
batted way beyond the power play.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Wickets had fallen, na. Siddharth, don't mix the two things up. Those 15 or 15 are in the power play that I'm talking about,
Fine.
right?
Yeah.
And he had not lost wickets. He's the first one to fall, Ruturaj Gaikwad.
And by
but
the way-
nobody is questioning his strike rate.
And in those 24 balls, which were he faced 24 balls, in the 24th ball of the innings he was out, he had faced 15 deliveries. So he actually had more balls to face as compared
That's
to Kohli.
exactly what I'm saying. Kohli never got those balls in the power play. At best 5 balls. So if he's got 5 or
7
5
balls.
or whatever,
7,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. That doesn't matter. You're just getting off. If I'm saying if he had continued like that, he could have. You would expect him to have accelerated at that time. You had other wickets fall. They lost 2-3 wickets in 1 over. Suddenly, Mustafizur, they're the back foot. What do you, as if you're an RCB fan, what are you expecting? If I'm an RCB fan, what am I expecting Virat to do? Listen, no more risk. Next 5 overs, consolidate. Run a ball, consolidate, get your eye in, and then attack. Then you can take them to 170 odd. You can. That is what I'm expecting. In case Virat, if he's obsessed with the strike rate, goes and plays a stupid shot in an effort to increase that strike rate and gets out in the next over after the 3 wickets have fallen, what do you think I'm going to be doing if I'm an RCB
And this
fan?
is true not just for Virat.
I'll be yelling at him.
Let's just assume that it was Duplessis who was stuck in the same situation that Virat was stuck in.
I would be okay with it.
Exactly,
He's playing the
because he has
situation.
no other choice. At that point, you need to save your own height, and not just your height, you're saving your team's height, because you know the lower order didn't inspire that much confidence. You had to do what you had to do.
Every time strike rate cannot be a thing.
This
You
time
have
it is
to
not
look.
even about the strike rate. Everybody is saying that 2 months later he's coming, he'll be rusty. he's
No,
doing all
that I'm not buying.
That I'm not
That is
buying.
absolutely nonsensical.
That
Kohli at 21 of 20, he got out in the 11th over, 12th over. And 21 of 20 when Rituraj at 15 of 15 got out in the power play. What were you doing in the power play?
He didn't get strike.
He didn't get strike in the
5
power
of
play.
7 also.
Yes, so was the Ruturaj also.
What difference
Ruturaj
Ruturaj
played
made?
better in the power play than Virat Kohli.
Run a ball, my friend. Run
Not
a ball.
If you look at it, Kohli, Duplessis was the only one going, at least in Ruturaj's case. Ravindra was also complimenting. They are complimenting each other for aggression.
Again, I can't
15
understand.
of 15
it's run a
versus
ball.
5 of 7.
Yeah, exactly. It is run a ball for both. Run a ball for both. In his case, you're not going to point out. Forget that. I will give you another example. Go to the CSK thing. Okay, one of the guy who's instrumental in that win today, Shivam Dube.
Yeah.
34 of 28. Which, by the way, gets a 4 right to the head. He was also run a ball throughout his innings.
He was lower,
than a run ball.
Yes, but I'm saying run a ball. But I'm praising his inning. I'll give an example. When CSK were playing that mindless cricket, Daryl Mitchell also got out, Ajinkya Rahane, I was like, listen, it's an easy target. What are you guys doing? Stupid shots. Play regular cricket, you could have won. When that happened, I'm glad Shivam Dube came in and played that sensible cricket. 1 with 2 overs to spare. That's what he expected. Why I'm appreciating Shivam Dube is because he played the situation. It's not that Shivam Dube cannot tonk it for sixes. There are days when he is chasing 200 runs, he has done it. But if he had also become stupid, where you could have played run a ball or 110, 115 strike rate and won it for you, why do you have to aim for a 180 strike rate? You could have won. My point, same with the Virat Kohli at that time. You needed to attack, you needed to get good runs. This is a flat pitch, I agree. You needed to get a big total. That should have been the case if they had not lost those wickets in a cluster. They are 4 down. At that time, you had to go to plan B, which Virat Kohli did. Yes, it didn't turn out that way. He got out for 21. But he could very well have played the knock that, let's say, Anuj Rawat played on another day. He could have, that there is a situation that if he had played another 20 balls, he could have covered her. He would have finished at 130, 140 strike rate, what the others like a DK or whatever gave you. He could have played that knock and then you would have said, no, under the circumstances, done good. But for him to get that chance to play that knock, he had to play to situation. If you just want to blindly look at score, the strike rates and judge every match by strike rate, then I say, might as well shut or stop watching matches, stop watching live matches, Siddharth.
You will
to
have
analyze,
to capitalize.
look at scorecards and then come.
You
just
have
look
to
at
capitalize on the power play.
He only got 5 balls.
He can't do that even if he gets 16 balls.
But did Rituraj Gaikwad do? Did he put it aside? No, he did not. He's run a ball.
38 in 4 overs. And look at the contribution from both. It was equal.
No,
Duplessis was here. Kohli was
here.
here.
No, I am saying if he has played in that power play, he is also batting run a ball. Now you can see it in your own eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, so run a ball. What is that?
Where was the intent from Kohli even after the power play ended?
My point.
11th over, 11.2. No, I'm not changing the goalpost.
You stick to, okay, now you spoke about power play, stick to power play.
Yes.
Run a ball for Ruturaj Gaikwad.
Better.
Run a ball for...
Kohli was less than 100.
Arey yaar, you're nitpicking.
No, I'm not nitpicking. That's the situation.
Nitpicking.
5 of 7 compared to 15 of 15. I'll take a 15 of 15.
No.
Kohli,
That actually is worse. Because
5
15...
of 7 is better.
No, by the way, if he had got 15 in the power play, there was no way that Kohli would have been 15. He would have been 20, he would have been 120 strike.
It is all ifs and buts at this point in time. But the fact is, cold hard fact, we are thinking it is Virat Kohli, we are sweeping it under the carpet. 5 of 7.
In fact, it's the opposite. Because it's Virat Kohli, you're scrutinizing. My point exactly. For everyone else, as I said, for a Ruturaj Gaikwad, for a Shivam Dube, all of them are playing the same 110, 15 strike rate and you're not scrutinizing him. You are saying the exact opposite. Because it's Virat Kohli, you will now be talking about the strike rate.
We will have to. Because
Cam Green had a far worse strike rate, but no one gives anything.
But why? Because that's what I'm saying. Because they will scrutinize every time. Yes, you could look at strike rates. Strike rates are important in T20 cricket. I completely agree. Game is changing, completely agree. But you also have to see situations. Today was not the day that I expected Virat to explode. He should have exploded had he carried on from that. He got out in trying to accelerate. Had he carried on from that, he gone on to play more than 20 balls, 30, 40 balls, then his strike rate should have been 140.
See, there is a difference. We are all unanimous in criticizing Cam Green. Yes, it was a terrible knock. The shot that he played also was absolutely woeful.
I'm not criticizing his knock. I think in the situation that I'm not criticizing
his knock was fine. His shot
because
to get
he was
out
also batting in that situation as Virat was, and I expected neither Cam Green nor Virat to go all out. They needed to be conservative. That's fine. Both of them, no issues. The way he got out, Cam Green, That is what I criticize because he was made to look like a novice.
Yeah.
Like a novice, not like a top level batter that we all think he is, which he even does in Test cricket. He was looking like a novice. That in Virat's case, he went for a attacking shot, got out.
Look, it is an old school thought, okay? Stuck in the 2010s and the 2015s. The same thing. If one is attacking, I'll play my natural game according to a situation, okay? You're saying baseballing. Before the term baseball was coined, in 2022, a certain Josh Butler and Alex Hales, in that semi-final, what did they do?
But they knew the situation.
They
it was a
but
flat deck, and they were only chasing 160 odd.
It could have easily meant, okay, 160 odd, same kind of a situation. Okay, you knew the situation, right? One could have said, okay, I'll just hold one end up, you go on the attack. That could have also happened, right?
But
did anybody let the foot off the accelerator at that time? They didn't.
Different
Different
situation.
situations.
No,
Siddharth.
Very different
You
Yes.
have to show intent in the
No,
ball.
they have
If two
different
openers are
situations.
batting, let's say if they had not lost a wicket, Faf du Plessis did not get out, they continue to bat. And then also, if Virat continued to bat like that for another 10 balls, 15 balls, then we would have spoken. It didn't happen. There was a collapse. There was a dire situation that they found themselves
78
in.
for 5.
Rajat Patidar goes, Maxwell goes.
Duplessis, Green.
Yeah, Duplessis has gone before that. You're in a soup, yeah. You had to
You've
fight
lost
like
your
that.
main batters.
Yeah, you're finished.
That's the problem.
And who would have trusted DK, who himself was rusty coming out? Who would have trusted an Anuj Rawat to have played the knock? I thought it was done and dusted. You tell me at that time the situation. 78 for 5. I thought they won't go past 120.
I thought they
honestly.
won't go past 100.
But
There
they
you
went
go.
to 170.
Yeah, but then that who thought a Karthik would step up and Anuj Rawat?
As you said, anything can happen in the IPL. Anything. So, my only concern is that looking at the role that he's going to play in the future also. Not just this particular game. 5-6 games, let's see if he can do it. Great. Relief. Big sigh of relief. But if this is the way he's going to go in, and in India, he's going to play at number 3. You're in a big soup. I mean, I'm sorry. 11.2, if you're 21 of 20, 21 of 19 rather, you got out on the 20th ball. Okay? Every single time you're not going to have a situation that a miracle will happen and you'll get out of jail. For me, this kind of a knock is a problem. It's a massive problem.
See, both can be correct. For one, as I've always said, I was never a fan of bringing back the senior players to begin with. Shouldn't have happened. Now, though, I don't think the success or failure of that experiment is going to hinge on one IPL knock. It's going to be entirely this thing. And again, very different roles, very different situations. I think we're judging too early. Frankly, too
I only
early.
hope that for the next 5-6 games, if he has that success, great. Big sigh of relief.
No, even then I won't be the big sigh of relief because I know that what they've done is not right. So that's what I'm saying. For me, it's irrelevant, immaterial. Yes, you have to live with it and make the best of it because they've made that call anyway.
Because we have to pick on certain 3 players who are crucial to this team. The rest of the others are having no confidence whatsoever. You have to, if Faf fails, you have to criticize Faf. You have to criticize a Kohli if he fails. You have to praise them if they are successful. And Maxwell also.
Who says we don't criticize when there's criticism? Of course we do.
They're like Maxwell.
I mean,
Maxwell though we had predicted.
Like it was if you had an award for dumbest shot of the day,
Yeah,
this
he
one wins it hands down. Cam Green maybe a close second.
yeah. Or maybe Rahani's shot. I mean, that
No,
was
no.
it was
but
very half-hearted shot.
Yeah, but sometimes it's paid dividends for him. That shot
Yeah, that shot I've seen it work for him too.
just didn't work.
But it has always worked. It was extra pace. Green, he was in the low 80s. If it was 90 plus, he would just hit it.
Alzari Joseph.
Well, it would have 100%
it would have gotten
flown.
4-6, but this was Green and he had hit it very hard onto the pitch.
That's still a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
See, the Green shot, terrible because again, he's backing away from all his stumps. He could have had 6 stumps placed, then it would have all hit. Wouldn't have mattered. But Maxwell, I was like, first ball, what's he trying to do? This? Useless.
A slice.
And see, this is why I also had, and I have to address this, I got a few people in my social media DMs saying I'm being very harsh on RCB. They'll be riding high on confidence they won the WPL as if both are linked. and
It's not, see.
they're not linked. They're 2 different sets of players.
I can imagine.
Crying out loud.
I understood the psyche of the RCB fan because it's like a drop in this vast desert.
You were one of them today.
No, I was not one of them.
Yeah, you were.
I just went on the vibe that maybe this is the time they can break that 15-year jinx.
You literally went on the
No,
RCB
but
vibe.
can I tell you why are you hating on the fans? What does the fans got to do? Fans are supposed to be fans.
No.
I like the fact that despite the fact that they've not won an IPL title, they still come hopeful. That
Fans
requires a
can't
lot
be
of courage.
legitimate. That's the simple thing when it comes to the Indian context. In the IPL context, fans are the last factor to be legitimized when you look at, because they're irrational. They don't look at facts. They don't
But
look
the
at
sport is alive because of fans.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
If
Sports
fans
is
aren't
alive.
going to the stadium, if they're not watching on
Yeah.
TV, the sports is
See,
there.
Don't hate
fans
on
take
fans.
sport as
I
entertainment.
respect all fans, and I'm sure those fans, hardcore fans, are also critical of RCB. It's the reason they lose is because they get their
Team compositions
team
woefully wrong.
composition, their auctions, their strategizing,
Everything is wrong.
everything they get.
Yeah, but you see, there are certain sets of fans who are toxic and can't be legitimized.
Yeah, but then
And
that is not restricted to
unfortunately-
RCB alone. There are
Oh no! They dominate.
No,
Of
not
course
true.
they
Not
dominate.
true.
I
you
will-
may be on the
Not
receiving
true.
end.
Not true.
I will give you the example of RCB versus GT last year. If that is not the smoking gun, then please. RCB versus GT final game, the toxicity level that was there amongst the fans reached next level. You look at every kind of, I'm looking at even an MI fan, I'm looking at a CSK fan. Sure, the toxicity is there even then. Even then it's there. That's why I don't affiliate myself to any fan bases. But with the case of RCB, their toxicity is next level. Next level. And my prime example is what happened in the RCB GT game. Last league game, you know what player got abused, what player, his family got abused, we know that. And who led the brigade? Certain Ians, piggybanking on the RCB fan bases who claim that they are the fan bases.
But see, every fan base has bad elements, and I'm not going to judge any one fan base
Sure.
on the bad elements.
Like, see, the ultras are there in every sport.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, but the ultras in certain fan sections of a certain franchisee are next level. We say in one football club in the La Liga, you don't like them because the fan bases are next level ultras, isn't it?
But that's true for a lot of fan bases.
Others are kind of milder.
No,
in
no,
comparison.
no. There is no, if you go by the history of football ultras, you can't say this one was bad and this one was worse. When they were engaging in fan killings, all of them were bad.
Of course. I mean, see, football is the wrong example because everybody is like that.
Because hooliganism
It's
was
very
a problem.
prevalent. Okay.
Was, not anymore.
Yeah, Germany at one
No.
point had a big problem. 90s.
England was the worst.
Russia.
in that
England
regard.
was worse.
Russia.
Italians as well.
Italians.
Oh,
yes.
Italy still do.
Yeah.
Racist abuse is all too common.
Okay, Sval.
Yep. So.
I can see so many.
Yeah, but just for wind up that last point, for those of you all who are asking me why I'm not giving RCB a chance, this is why. The bowling is just not there. I don't
It's got
see
nothing to
it.
do with fans. Why will you not pick a team because of
Yeah.
fans or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Pranit Datta.
RCB overdid the short stuff, should have mixed it a bit with slow balls. Rachin's innings was the difference. Dubé is becoming quite the finisher.
But I'll just tell you the short stuff, no, kind of work. I think they targeted Dubé for that.
Yes.
a
Yeah, I
lot.
was going to say that they
But
didn't
it worked.
overdo. I didn't say. I think they should have used it
Yeah.
more.
And Dubé was very lucky because the mistimed pulls landed in the safe areas. Otherwise, on any other day, a fielder at the right kind of field placements were there, it could have
Yeah.
easily come up.
Yeah, I think that was a good strategy that they got.
strategy, yeah.
I just think that they don't have the bowling. And,
They don't.
And on this track, maybe they were a few runs short as well.
Ah, they were.
Hari from the USA says Mustafizur is a game changer. Cheher not a suitable opening bowler. And Tikshana last 2 years, few wickets and leaking more runs, should be replaced by Santner. CSK bowling will struggle against stronger teams.
By the way, one by one, the last point, CSK bowling, I don't think will struggle.
No.
They have one of the good bowling lineups. Santner for Tikshana, I am all for it. I have often said that Santner is goddamn unlucky to be part of the CSK franchise because there's a Ravindra Jadeja. And because they have performed similar roles, and Santner being an overseas player gets to sit on the bench, but he's too good a player to be sitting on the bench. Fantastic spinner and a very handy bat. He should
Great
be there.
fielder.
Yeah, and I'm always upset if you can play two leg spinners, why can't you play two left arm spinners? So what? And he's got a fair point on Tikshana. I'm not finished, Shivam, on the question on Tikshana. So he's not had a great time. Even in internationally, we've seen has had a dip in form. Maybe, I don't think they'll do it immediately, but maybe going forward, they should be looking at a sack.
Because I think the one thing that works in Tikshana, he's just hanging on by the skin of his teeth, is death bowling ability.
He didn't bowl in the death, right?
But I think later on, they may be wanting to get him.
What actually works in his favor is that he's generally a wicket taker. Okay, even coming into this year, this year's IPL last 3 months, if you're going by a T20 form, there's only one bowler who's gotten more wickets than Tikshana in T20s, Vanandu Asaranga. So it's a great comparison to be in. It's great company to be in. Unfortunately, in the IPL, he gets exposed for 2 reasons. One is because he tends to sometimes be wayward, and then even worse, his fielding.
I would drop him on his fielding.
Oh, exactly.
I would drop him on his fielding.
No, but you can always, but 4 foreigners, otherwise could have been the sub.
The problem is that CSK in general also are a bit of an average side when it comes to their fielding. No disrespect, but last year also, not just...
Today they were outstanding.
Today they were,
But who let the youngster, Rachin Ravindra?
And Rachin, who's a fantastic fielder.
Rahane.
But Rahane has always been a safe pair of hands, so I'll never take that away from him. But last year, I remember there were 2 players who gave them a lot of problems. Tikshana and Dubey. Dubey is also a pretty poor fielder.
Yeah.
Yes,
but he didn't field today.
He didn't need to.
But 2022, everybody dropped catches. Even a
Jadeja was being butterfingers that year, I remember.
He had too much of ghee dosa at that time. So.
And Mustafizur, game changer, completely agree. But I don't agree with Chahar not suitable as an opening bowler. I think that's best suited. Today went for the first run, but see, they got him back, picked up a wicket.
Yeah, Maxwell.
They changed his ends. Kudos to Gaikwad. Changes ends, comes from the different end, got the wicket.
CSK's problem is not that Chahar is not an opening bowler, it's that Tushar Deshpande is not a death bowler.
I would say if this continues, replace Tushar Deshpande with Shardul Thakur.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's the only change I will make.
Shardul will give the same amount of runs, but pick up wickets.
And give you a better batting option.
Yeah, better.
True.
Better, yeah.
True.
Miraj Rules is saying,
welcome back.
Yeah, from Canada. What a boring game to start IPL 2024. Yikes. Okay. Also, the Impact sub has ruined Fantasy League games. Yes, I shudder to think. A player not in playing 11 comes and smashes 35 runs is unfair. I think they should have that provision, but it's become too complicated now.
No, you may as well just keep it 11.
Yeah.
And do what everyone else does and make multiple teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone does it. Miraj Rules now comment of the day says that RCB can only win if Elise Perry comes in as the Impact substitute.
That's a valid. She might do well even in the men's game.
She has completed cricket, yeah. What a phenomenal achievement. I mean.
Also, by the way, she has this weird record that every major trophy that she's ever won in her career, she won it at a second attempt.
Yes.
That includes the WPL.
WPL and WBBL also.
World Cup, T20 World Cup, WBBL, and now everything is won at the second attempt. Crazy.
Oh yes, it was the Sydney Thunder that won the inaugural WBBL and then the Sydney Sixers. Yes. But the World Cup 2010 didn't she debut? World T20 didn't she debut in 2020?
No. The first ever T20 World Cup that was played, she was part of that one.
2010.
For the women. Yeah.
And she won that.
No. It's the second one. They didn't win 2010. It wasn't them.
Of course, it was Australia.
No. 2008 one. Then she debuted. Yeah. I checked. I double checked this fact.
Because I thought the 2010 World Cup, World T20 was the first.
No, with this.
Yeah. No, I double checked this. He was right.
You're saying top of the head is check. Go with it. Okay, Sridhar Savakar says, Nikhil, we respect everyone's opinion. That doesn't mean any irrational statement should be upheld. When Virat scores runs, Sigvi will say selfish, talk about intent. Does he really understand cricket? Yes, he does.
I do.
No, Sridhar, by the way, you respect everyone's opinion, na? So nobody is upholding anybody's opinion. I had a different opinion, that's not been upheld. His opinion has not been upheld. You're free to decide whatever you like. The platform is about sharing opinions of how we see cricket. And that's what we do. And if you do not like it, and this was in relation to the comment that came in the meeting where the guy said, I'm going to unsubscribe. And we get that very often. We're going to unsubscribe to the channel because sure, go ahead. Go ahead. You're not here to, ego massage anybody. You're here and each of us are professionals and our job is to say things the way we see it and express that. And that's what we do. If you do not like the opinion, sure enough, go and comment. There's so many people who write comments, I didn't like this, this is bad. Sure, absolutely fine. But if you're going to be sending a thread that we're going to unsubscribe, then sure, go ahead, unsubscribe. That's fine. Because if you're expecting us not to give our opinion, and if you are going to be on the channel only if we say the opinion that you like, then I'm sorry, you're at the wrong place. If you're here at the channel to listen to different opinions and then make up your own mind by disagreeing to someone and agreeing to someone, that's the way to go. You're free to do that, and you're free to disagree. None of us share our opinion here to convince you to change your mind. We give our opinions here to tell you the way we are watching cricket, and that's why is the beauty of the sport that we all love, that there are different perspectives that each of us have. Not to say that, so many times that all three of us have given an opinion, all three of us could, there's no right or wrong, could be very different to what you sitting at home have an opinion, completely different. But that's not to say that our opinion, and I will not say right or wrong, because no opinion is right or wrong, but that's not to say that our opinion is superior than yours. Maybe sometime you're seeing it differently. So,
Sridhar Savaikar, one last thing before we carry on. Everything is a shade of grey. There is never a black or white. Understand that one thing first. And we are always soft targets. Journalists and everybody are very soft targets for any kind of thing. So you're free to say that I don't understand cricket. Fine, I take it as a compliment also. So
okay, you say it doesn't, and none of us in that sense understand cricket. We are all students of the game.
Exactly.
We're all learning every day.
Yep.
Right?
Mr. Shekhar GTN from the US is saying, good evening gents. Sports Today by far has the best studio decoration for the IPL. More so when you hang GT jersey which is visible straight away to the camera.
That was by design. It's just
by design, yes.
Actually, it's actually keeping one of the future games in mind, because you got MI there and GT here.
Yeah, and you got 2 games also lined up tomorrow with KKR, SRH and DC and PVK.
Yeah, we keep switching. We have jerseys of each team, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shubham Garg with giving that answer to me. Did VK get 3 consecutive balls in power play? You need to play 1 ball of a bowler before attack. Today, VK was playing flick in the air to off spin. Again, it's kind of nitpicking and looking at every minute detail to convenience. But I don't look at convenience, Shubham Garg. I look at the entire picture, which might be different for you. So, you're free to add that. Abhinav Chatterjee is saying, I agree. We can't fault VK today. Fine. If after 5 innings he has same strike rate, then it's a trouble. But today he played as per the situation.
I completely agree with that.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yep, disagree. Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah.
Sridhar Savaikar is telling you, Siddharth,
Yeah.
you can call us blind fans, but your statement shows that you're a hater. Plus, I'm sure now you don't understand cricket a game. No, we've already answered. I think this question may have come. But
we'll keep
Sridhar, we've already answered.
And Sridhar, understand my one thing. It's fact. I go into the utilitarian doctrine. Oh.
Satish B.
Scroll up.
Yeah.
Satish B says that you can't have an anchor player in T20. Smith was part of the 21 World Cup winning team. Still, Oz is backing him. If you look at Oz team, all are having a 150 plus strike rate.
But I think Smith is not in the reckoning.
He's not in the reckoning at all. Nowhere near.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
So that's why. Somewhere down the line, I think this is where you have to look at the broader picture. Is an anchor working nowadays? I don't think so. Shubham, Rajat Patidar, इतना खूबसूरत बैट, I mean, I don't know.
See, Rajat Patidar इतना खूबसूरत बैट्समैन है, उसकी बैटिंग से किसी को भी प्यार हो जाएगा. Venki. Yeah. But he's made a funny suggestion saying next match bring in Elise Perry for Joseph and Shreyanka Patil for Karan Sharma.
Yeah, Shreyanka set the WPL on fire.
I'll go with Asha Shobana.
Asha Shobana, yeah.
That good. Woman was bowling some very, very dangerous balls.
She bowled brilliantly in the death, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, and she was cool, ice cool, Asha Shobana.
No, in fact, there was sometimes she used to get so excited that one time Smriti was scolding her because she made it a constant habit. Every single time someone skied one off her bowling, she'd go running after it.
Oh yeah.
So one day Smriti's like, please stay there.
Yep.
Today Shivan's busy on his mobile phone.
Yeah, so let's
Today?
go down here.
Acha, every day, okay.
Okay, Shubham Garg again with me. What MI 3 days back? What MI fan base was trending about Hardik? Was it not next level? Because of fans, match happens and analysts do shows for fans.
But Shubham, what MI fan base was trending also, I do not at all agree with. That was a terrible thing. And it wasn't at the MI fan base. We all know who exactly was trending there.
But that is wrong. I've said it again. It's not Hardik Pandya's fault, right? If a franchise approached you and asked you to come, if it is indeed the case that he said that, sure, I'll come, but I want to be captain because I'm a captain here. Why else should I leave? I'm happy where I am. And if the franchise promised him, then the problem is of the franchise. So I can't understand why hate directed at Hardik Pandya. All of you in your jobs, if you are offered tomorrow to become CEO of your company, wherever you are, you take it, no?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, so then
And
why are you sending hate towards him?
And this
I
is
think if you want to send some hate, direct it towards the Mumbai management that did not value Rohit Sharma, the captain.
And you're talking about a Mumbai Indians team. They are one of the prestige teams in the IPL.
No.
It's not as if they are a very low budget team and you made that decision. I mean, Mumbai have taken a very ruthless decision.
It's a ruthless decision and it was calculated.
And it was
They knew what it was doing.
And
It's
they're
not like-
looking at the future. They have not 3 years they haven't won the IPL and they want results. Maybe they feel Hardik's the best guy to do it. Why? What's wrong in it?
I mean, Hardik in the 2 years that he wasn't in MI, won one title and reached the final.
There is a Midas touch in Hardik Pandya, the captain.
Eh?
That's why, I mean, but that is why, that sums up my point about the Indian fan base in that sense. Rakesh Bhushan, CSK should have
No,
appointed.
but Siddharth, not all fans are like that. Let's not
Exactly.
paint everyone with the same brush.
We're tarring everyone with the same brush.
And there are so many genuine fans. And by the way, the guys who join us every day on live, some of them are outstanding fans.
Yep.
Why I say that? Because a lot of time their comments and their suggestions are brilliant, and they're all cricket-loving people. But yes, there are a few who put a player, whoever they may like or dislike or whatever, ahead of the sport.
The sport, the entity, yes.
Yeah.
And because there is social media, it's been amplified, multiplied millions of times.
Oh, yeah.
Million X. That's the problem. Then CSK should have appointed, Rakesh Bhushan saying, CSK should have appointed captain post MSD retires. He never lets captain sets field. That's undermining Rituraj in true sense. Why can't he keep silent? But today,
No.
that wasn't the case for 99%.
By the way,
of time.
Rakesh, a lot of bowling changes, I was seeing that closely, were all Ruturaj's decisions. I mentioned right at the start of how, he started off with Deepak Chahar, but later, and Tushar Deshpande, but later quickly, told Mustafizur to start warming up when Deepak Chahar did not have. Got Mustafizur to come, change Deepak Chahar's end from where he was bowling, and all of that paid dividends. So he was being sharp. There were a few times that he went to MS during drinks break and they were discussing, which is fine. He will take some sort of suggestion. But I think overall he was his own man. He was taking his own call. And in terms of fielding, we discussed that earlier. More often than not, wicket keepers have the habit of setting fields. They are in that position to set field. A lot of times you will see captains allowing the wicket keeper only to do it. But that's also, by the way, setting of field wasn't like completely putting in a fielder or taking someone out of the circle. It was just in your positioning. So if he has kept two a deep mid wicket and a square leg, that's the captain who's decided. Yes, what is the position? Does he want it slightly finer? The fine leg to go finer, the mid wicket to go finer. Those are things that the keeper does. And sometimes and also see, because they are such big stars like a Virat or a Dhoni or Rohit, the camera is always on them. And so it sometimes feels that they are actively doing more stuff. The camera is not so much on Ruturaj Gaikwad, but you don't know the kind of things that he's doing.
Yep.
So I don't think he's undermining him.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Saurav Mukherjee, have a weird feeling. This IPL will be a flat one. Unnecessary hype around MSD, Pandya and VK. I doubt BCCI even cares.
See, I disagree with the flat one. I've heard this for 10 years now. Every year people are like, yaar, IPL में इस साल ना मजा नहीं आ रहा.
I am saying flat हो या ना हो. Sports today तो flat नहीं है ना. You come.
Anyway, it started off like 2019 though.
No, and
very
also-
one-sided encounter.
Also, no, what flat? Listen, there's too many quality players here. There's too much to be happening. And in a format as unpredictable as T20, you're not going to be having a flat IPL ever. Everyone was saying the same thing last year. Then Rinku Singh hit 5 sixes. Suddenly everyone's awakened.
Yep.
It just happens. Trust me, something will happen. And as for the BCCI not caring, they're getting more money per game from an IPL game than they're getting from international games. What are you saying?
They are caring, my friend.
They care a lot.
Lots.
A lot.
Yep. Rahul Punja has just given us.
Thank you. Love back to you, Rahul. Just sent us some love. It's his first super chat. So
Yes.
welcome to the club.
Yep.
Look forward to your company. There are so many entertainers.
Yeah.
Well, why only Gautam and Rinku are entertainers, huh?
Yeah. Okay, 45 crore will be battling tomorrow.
Says Satish Bey.
Satish B, yes. Love to see
You
Stark
picked it
versus.
as one of the moments to watch out.
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
The battle of the 20 crore men.
Yes, 24.75 and 20.5. 45.25 crores. Love to see Stark versus Head in the power play. By the way, Siraj will be brutally hammered in the T20. Butler did that.
Oh yeah, Butler 1 year I remember was particularly unkind to him. But that was also when Butler was like getting 700 odd runs.
Yes, 863 runs in that 2022
Yeah.
season. So, yep.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah.
For the moment, we'll call it a night.
Long night it's been, thanks in no small part to DJ Breaks.
Yes.
You guys take care. Lovely to have your company. It's just day one. We're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up here on Sports Day. Look forward to your company.
Yep. And
Every day. Tomorrow is a double header.
First game is between Delhi Capitals and the Punjab Kings at the new stadium in Mullapur.
Starts at
3:30 p.m. with the toss at 3 p.m. We'll be live with you at 2:45 for that. And the second game, the battle of the 45.25 crores. KKR versus SRH at the Eden Gardens.
Guess which game I care about?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
okay. Take care. Bye bye. Good
Good night.
Good night,
Vanakkam.
Nandri.
Nandri. Shabba Khair. Shubhratri.
Yes.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble your mother.